So welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be doing parts two of our uh, CSS uh, section of that website we were doing when we started off HTML. So I've already made a completed version of that website that I'll show. I'm probably showing it to you right now. I've already edited it, but I've already made a completed version of that website. So now what we're going to do is finish our homepage, what we started. So then we go index, we go open of live server, and then here's what we're working on so far. This website, if you remember this, if you follow this, we're gonna touch this up and change it a bit. Uh, I did have my web dev lesson today at class. They are gonna they want you to use NetBeans, but uh, I will make a vid on that if you guys need it. But it's much easier just to use Visual Studio Code. I mean, and you can just copy and paste all the stuff you've done here into NetBeans. So anyway, in the last video, we managed to get these three side by side underneath each other using display flex, and we also got this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work on our nav bar, where we're going to make these three links go side by side, and then remove these dots and products, and move it on the line. So then we go to our HTML first. Let's close this. And where we have the links, this link, we're going to call it class equal. I'm going to call it NAV for nav. We're going to open our CSS for our index for our home page. Okay, so then we call that dot NAV. That's our class. Okay. So now what we do is we're going to do side by side. Or not. Okay, so I want these dots gone. So I go link style none. And what we'll do is the style of the link, it won't have any style to it at all. And as you can see, these dots are gone. Next, what I want to do, I want them to, actually, I want them to be side by side next to each other. So I'm going to do display, flex, just put in a display flex box. See, it put them all in one line. And then I'm going to do justify content, the space between them. Here you go. They've got the space, and see, they've already been separated. And then also gonna maybe add a margin of, say, 30 pixels. See how that looks. So that looks more or less alright. So margin of 30 pixels. And okay, now that we've done that, I'm also gonna change the font. So font family, we're using monospace, so monospace. And then font size, 30 pixels as well. Okay. And then this is what we get. And to get that underline out, if I remember correctly, it's text decoration and then none. That should remove it. Oh, no. It hasn't removed it because I'm doing it for the wrong thing. This is just for the text. Yeah. You need to do because these underlines, these are actually links. Normally when you see a link they have an underline if you're using old stuff like with HTML. Because these are links, we'd have to specify that the nav A, if you remember from the HTML video, we use A for links. So then we do nav A, and then we do text decoration none. And if we do that, the lines should be gone. And here you go, the lines are gone. And now another cool thing that we can add, the same thing. We're gonna do nav A. We're gonna do a colon, and then we're gonna use what is called hover. So hover is when you got something over your like a link or something. You notice like sometimes you put your cursor over a link, the link changes color. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna say that the hover color is gonna be pale violet red. And then I'm going to use a transition. So transition is just like, oh, is it going to transition from what the color it is now to pink? And I'm going to use ease in, so it eases into it. And then I'm going to put 0.3 seconds. So now it should, as you see, it's zooming in. Well, it's easing in to the color pink. What I'm also gonna do is I'm just gonna change the text color to white, just so it pops a bit. There you go. So now, if you go over, it is white. Although I do not like that spacing in between. So if I make the margin maybe 20, it's a bit. That's okay. 10 pixels. Yeah, it's good enough. Okay. We had this under section. Yeah, for background color. I'm just gonna make that a bit bigger. So height 50 pixels. Actually, no. I'm gonna make it 80, I think. 80 should be fine. Maybe I'll make this 40 pixels. Although it's not how I want it, so I'm just gonna take that out. Yeah. The logo part though. Okay, the font size is fine. I just don't want the background size. So we're gonna change the background color to something else because I'm gonna get sick of the looks. We're gonna do background, image, URL, and then we're gonna say the name of what we want. I am going to use this picture that I got. I think it's called Proud. No. Ooh, it was MaxRes default. So I'm going to do colon MaxRes defaulted JPEG. There you go. But I don't want the top part to show. I want where these girls are. I want that to show. So then, underneath that, we do background, position, and then you can scroll down for it. I'm going to put background position bottom. And the girls are, just in case, let me just see background repeat, set no repeat, and well, actually it was better without no repeat, so we're just gonna delete that. Yeah, here you go, with the girls and that. I can't, oh yeah, that's okay. Forget that, we are gonna put background repeat, no repeat, okay, and then background size, we're gonna make that 100%. So now if you look back, there you go. And this looks pretty good. And then we're also going to do this the same for our products bar, and then also just for this back. So this products bar, this nav bar, if you remember, we had it under section, which is the name of our class where these links are in. So then again, you guys can do this with your own set of pictures and that. You don't have to do this. So we go to where section is, and instead of background color, we do background image, URL, and then what are we going to use? Not this again. Maybe we'll use, yeah, we'll use this. We'll use background. Or city. City looks nice. So we'll use city. So city.jpg. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing. The other one, we'll do background, repeat, no repeats, and background size 100%. And then it just depends on what you want to show, because look, it's just like this blue line now. Maybe I want to show background position. Maybe I want to show the bottom. But it doesn't really look that interesting, so we're going to pick another picture. I'm going to do background. Background at JPEG. And yeah, let's make the height 40 pixels. You know, I'm not going to do that. We're going to take the position from the top. That more or less looks fine. Okay, and then this box over here. And if you remember, that is in menu IMG. So we go to menu IMG. Here, not menu IMG, menu IMG. And then we're just going to change background color to the same thing that we did here. So background image, I'm going to use that picture, okay, background image URL. Then I'm going to use proud dot JPEG. Okay, and then the same thing we did with other stuff. So I'm just going to copy this. No repeat. And if we see here, because of this whole tropical thing, but I kind of want the whole picture to be inside that. So we can try this thing called contain. And okay, it's in here, but this is a little cup here. And now that I'm thinking about it, if I do contain it, I don't know if the lighting would interfere with the text, but we'll see. So no repeat, contain, or and then maybe I'll just put no. We'll make it 100%. Yeah, we'll make it 100%. And then just for the sake of it, I'm going to put a backdrop filter, and I'm going to blur it. Hopefully, no. Guess we'll do that when we do the overlays. But I am more or less happy with this. This makes it look a bit tropical. And just to make these things stand out, I'm also going to put an outline. So I'm going to put outline. And then you got to say this. You got to state the size, the type of outline, and the color. So I'm going to say 5 pixels. It's going to be a solid outline, and outline is going to be white. So now if we do that, there's a solid white outline around this. And I'm also just going to copy that. You can press Control C to copy. I'm going to go to the logo, Control V, press Control S to save. And then here you go. Just around this. We're also going to do it for our nav bar, which will be under section. So here you go. I don't feel like doing it for these, but we can also do it for the body as well. So all the way up here for body, we could just do that. Which looks fine. I mean, it's a styling choice. If this is like too much for you, you can change it. Okay. Next, what we're gonna do is we are gonna put overlays over these few pictures. So what happens is when we go over this picture, these pictures will fade. A black transition will go over it, and then it will say what this is. This will be our tapes. This will be the Walkman one. We'll just say it's the newest one, and then this will be the Discman, which will be coming soon. So what we do is first we're just gonna put the stuff in there. So right over here, and guys, this is when you really should document. I haven't bothered to do it because I'm a bit lazy. So here is our tapes, and here is our tapes link. So underneath, well, okay, now we're not going to do underneath that. Let's make the whole thing a link. So what we're going to do is we're going to go dot overlay. There you go. And then we're just going to copy all this stuff. Actually, no. I messed that up. It's not going to go over this. It's going to go underneath the link. So here's our link, dot overlay, and then there you go. That's overlay 1. And then we're going to put actually this is a P class here. I'm going to call this class disk P. This should just be a description. This is for tapes. Have a look at our products. Here's the overlay, and then I'm just going to put another div. I'm going to call this div title, and then I'm going to call this one tapes. Okay, and then we're just going to copy this and put it underneath all our other stuff. I'm going to call this overlay 2. This will be Walkman 1. I'll say have a look at our latest product, and then underneath Discman, whoops, I'm just going to copy this, overlay 3, and it will say the Discman. Coming soon. Okay. So then these are 3 overlays that are going to go over these 3 boxes. And as you can see, they've already appeared right next to them. It's very, kind of hard to see. So then we're going to work with overlay 1. And neat thing you can do, you can just close all of these just to save time. But so it doesn't look overwhelming. Okay. So then we do dot overlay. This is our first one. Display flex. Okay. So we just did display flex. Before that though, we're going to make our position absolute. For now, we're going to make top 0, left 0. Our width will be the same as the menu images, which is 400 by 400. So, again, you can type the whole thing. I'm just going to copy these two. So, height is 400, 400. Display flex. Our background color will be black. Let's check. Okay, there it is. Our background color will be black. Text color white. So it's like back and forth. Yeah, okay. Font family, monospace. There you go. Is that everything? Okay, yeah. Our flex direction. We'll make it a column. We align our items. Center. Also justify our content. Center. So like everything's neatly here. And then if I remember correctly, it's, yeah, then we just do our opacity. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to set our opacity, okay, to, well, no, we're not going to do, we'll do the opacity later. For now, we're going to do transform, and then we're going to do translate Y. And this is what it's going to do. This is going to make us take this little box and put it over all of these. See? Now, we need to do this for each overlay that we've done. Because right now, as you can see, these three are squished together. So I'll just put opacity here. I'll just make opacity 1 so we can still see it. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this, paste this, three times. Okay, with dots. Okay, so this is overlay 2, overlay 3, Control S, and okay, these things are back. Okay, so now we're gonna do the first one, which is tapes. So with translates, again, we're gonna just take these black boxes here and put them down here, and then move them around so they fit perfectly with that. Now I already did this beforehand, specific to my thing. So for the first one, we are gonna make a Y for our first overlay 856 pixels going down. Although now that I think about it, it seems a bit high. I think it's because I changed it here. So it's just trial and error. So let's say 830 instead. Okay, that's too high or too low. So we'll say 730. That's still too high. So 760. And okay, so roundabout it's a 750 area. So 758. Okay, 757. I just wanted to be as accurate as possible. 757. 755. Okay, got it, 755. And then now what we do is, you see this thing that says top left and stuff like that, which I also used here. Now we're just gonna move it to the right. So I said for this one, 48 pixels, and that should move it exactly to that. So then we just copy the same for these. So for all of these, we're gonna translate for Y. We're just gonna bring all of these all the way down to the bottom. So all these translates for Y's will be 755 pixels. You can see they're all down here. Now, not all of these are going to be 48 pixels when you put in the left thing. Again, it took me a while to get these. So the next one, overlay 2, will be 475 pixels on the left. You see, now it's over this for Walkman 1. And then our last overlay will be 901 pixels. Okay, so our last overlay, 901 pixels. Okay, here you go. Now, we're going to do this cool, this neat trick. So now, I'm going to do overlay. I'll show you overlay 1. Overlay, semicolon, and then we're going to do hover again, and then I'm going to set opacity to 1, and then in this one I'm going to set opacity to 0. So now you see, here's a lady, she looks fine, but now if I put my cursor over it, it goes black. And what we're going to make it even cooler by then having our transition. I'm going to make it ease in 0.3 seconds again, 0.2. Yeah, although I don't like it being black, we're just going to make it a bit lightish gray so you can see the back of it. Okay, no, the black is fine. Everything seems alright. Oh, okay. We're not gonna use black. We're just gonna use this background for RGB. Maybe making it a solid color in the work. So we're just gonna do background RGB 0, 0, 0, 0.6. Just write that down or type it down and then copy and paste it to all the ones that say black. Yeah, okay. So at least now can you see now it's faded in. So now if we go over this, it makes this cool transition. So then we do it for the same for other ones. So then overlay 2, we'll make it 0 for opacity, dot, overlay 2, colon, hover, opacity 1, and then we say transition, ease in 0.3 seconds. And same for overlay 3. Make this 0. Overlay 3, colon, hover, okay, that was opacity 1, transition, ease in 0.3 seconds. And if we do that, look at that. And now you got this cool little effect that we fade in. Okay, the reason why, if you notice, my borders look different from yours, it's like my outline, is because I'm doing this in dark mode. Okay, so now I just want this to pop more, so all of our names have been put under title, these divs for tapes, the Walkman one. So then we're just gonna do dot title. I hope title wasn't written in the caps. No, it's lowercase. Dot title, font family, monospace, font size 40 pixels. Let's check. There you go. So now we've got our tapes, Walkman 1, and a Discman. But, okay, messed up. We got the overlays right. Here's where I messed up, but we'll fix it. I want these to open up the links. We actually put the overlay before the link. We're gonna make the overlay. We're technically making the overlay the link, so we're gonna go back to our HTML, and where our link is, we're actually gonna put this stuff inside. So press Control X and then Control V. This will cut and paste. So if I save that, okay, see, it becomes a link. So then the same with the other ones. No, sorry about that. Control X, exactly underneath this photo, this image source. Because remember, it's like we're going down a scroll and that. So what we're saying is the link comes first, and then the photo, and then here's our overlay. Okay. So then the same with this one. Control X, Control V to paste, and then, just in case, here we go. So we press that, and then it links. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you this one. Okay, so another thing that we can also do on CSS is we'll just do dot overlay, do it for each one. Dot overlay, we'll say, we'll do a backdrop filter, and we're gonna make it blur 5. If I'm correct about that, yeah. Backdrop filter blur brackets, we'll make it 5 pixels. Yeah. Although now that I think about it, we could probably just put it in here. So just gonna put it under opacity, backdrop filter blur. So see, now the lady blurs. So you don't need to do this. This part here. So then underneath opacity for each one. So overlay 2, backdrop filter blur brackets. We'll blur it by 5 pixels. Again, you can just Control C, Control V, paste, just load, and then here you go. Now that we go over something, it blurs it in the background. So today we basically finished our homepage. I just need to, okay, yeah. We basically finished our homepage. It's just one little thing I need to fix. It's the background size. I'm not going to do background size auto. Background size 100%. Background size 100%. And then background repeat. No repeat. Just check it out. No. 100% doesn't work. I guess it's auto was the best one. Yeah, auto was the best choice. Although, let me just change background position Y. 30 pixels. There you go. There you go. This is what I wanted. Yeah. So besides this little bottom bumper here, which annoys the hell out of me, I think there's probably a margin. But basically, we're done with our homepage. I mean, you can look further. I'm showing you the basics pretty much. You can look further on what to do, or I'll make other tutorials just to touch this up. But we've basically made an 80s future pop website for Walkman. So then we've got our background image here with the Walkman name. We've got our link to an about page, a link to products, and a link to their customer support with a hover that goes over it. They're blank though, but what I want you guys to do, and maybe show them with Discord and that, do this, if you can, or try make your own one. And then I want you guys to like make a separate page for maybe about, or a separate one for products and that, and then just post pictures on the Discord and that, I'd like to see them. It'd look cool. Or, and come up with your own designs. We've also got the description of the compact, this and that, this the stuff. With Monsieur Booker. I don't know if this is the guy. I'm just guessing. And then we've also got this. We've got our links with the pictures, with the cool overlay that fades in when we go over it. You can either make it fade in like this, or there's another way that I did with this one where it fades in from the bottom. I'll just do that one quick for anybody who's interested. I think I did that by doing hmm. Actually, oh yeah, it was under here. I did that by, you know what, now. I'm a bit tired, it's getting a bit, I don't know. But yeah, so we're pretty much done with the homepage. This is what our homepage looks like, It's not the best looking website, but it it will get your foot in the door, It basically, we've basically covered most of the things that I wanted you guys to go over in terms of HTML and CSS. And like I said, even though, like I know with us for Rosebank and that, we're going to be using NetBeans and that, use NetBeans and stuff like that, but for like, if you want to do this by yourself and not for practice, use Visual Studio Code because it makes it so much easier. And, like again, I will see if I can make vids on the NetBeans, but again, you maybe just do it Visual Studio Code, do as much as you can, and then just literally just control all, just copy all this code and just put it in NetBeans and call it a day. I'm sure that will make your lecturers happy. It's just that then when you're done with that, you just need to take these linked images and just copy these pictures and just put them in that same folder. But besides that, yeah, that's it. And yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will add more videos. I think I'm trying to keep a schedule on that, but I just started my semester in that. So yeah, I hope you guys liked it. And again, I wrote a book, one I've been working on for a while, selling on Amazon for about like $240 for a physical copy. But Amazon, I'm pretty sure shipping would have made that a bit more. Yeah, so I wrote a book. I hope you guys like it. I also have a separate channel for music that I produce. Don't know if you guys are interested in that, but thanks for watching again, and I hope to see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys later.